Welcome to Sky School's YouTube channel. In this video we'll teach you how to install the tachometer on your paramotor. It's a very easy process. All you'll need are some cutters, some cable ties and something to open the back of your tachometer to make the connection with the battery. The tachometer is a very important piece of equipment in paramotoring. It allows you to break in your engine according to the manual to ensure you get the full use out of your engine. It also allows you in flight to monitor your RPM so that you can firstly know your fuel economy and secondly ensure that the engine is not running at too high an RPM. And thirdly, it allows you to keep track of your hours so that at the required intervals you can do the maintenance to keep your engine running as well as it should be. Before you install your tachometer, it's important that you read the manual, because even though these steps are very similar for all types of tachometer, there can be a few differences in the settings. So just read the manual and make sure that you won't go wrong. Now firstly, we need to make the connection inside the tachometer, as the battery comes with a plastic tab preventing it from prematurely running out. So you can use whatever flat screwdriver or spark plug tool to open the back, and then you can remove the plastic tab which connects the battery to the circuit. Now you can replace the back cover and tighten it again. Now you can also remove the protective cover on the screen, and you should see now that your tachometer is on and working and showing 0 hours. When you connect your tachometer and start your engine, you'll find it shows your RPM, and then when you switch your engine off again, it will go back to showing the hours. So the first thing you need to do to actually start installing your tachometer is to wrap the signal wire around the ignition lead 4 or 5 times. You can use it anywhere along the ignition lead. If your RPM you find is slightly low after you've installed it, you can add 1 more coil, or if the RPM is reading too high, you can release 1 coil. So I will start now around the spark plug wire. I will turn the signal wire 4 times. And now I will take a cable tie and lock the coils in place. If you prefer, you can also use some black electrical tape just to make everything look a bit neater. At this point, you have a choice of which location you want to put your tachometer. Firstly, if you only want to look at it every so often just to do the required maintenance, or to break in your engine, you can leave it loose like this and watch it as you're breaking the engine in. And then simply just put inside the back cushion of the paramotor. Alternatively, on the swing arm, you can mount a 3D printed bracket which allows you to see your RPM very easily in flight. Or what we're going to do on this paramotor is we're going to mount the tachometer on the side of the frame, which allows us to see the hours clearly. However, as this is a school paramotor, we don't need to be seeing the RPM in flight, as it's not as crucial for us to know exactly how much fuel we're burning per hour. We recommend that you reinforce the application of your tachometer with cable ties just to make sure that if you put a little bit G-force or the airflow is too strong, that your tachometer doesn't fall off and go back to the propeller. So in this case, we're using 2 cable ties around the frame just to hold it in place securely. So now we've installed the tachometer, we've made sure it's securely on the frame. Now we've left some slack, as in the future we may want to move this. If you're 100% sure that this is where you permanently want your tachometer, you can shorten the coil we did at the start and chop the end. However, in this case, we're going to keep the slack and we're just going to coil it to make it tidy. Use a cable tie to keep it together and put it just inside the back pocket. Now the tachometer is installed, naturally it's personal preference where you mount it and what you do with the excess. In this case we may want to move it in the future, so we've kept the excess inside the back pocket and we've mounted it to the side of the frame here. When you buy your equipment with the Sky School, we will give you a free tachometer and we will install it for you so that you don't have to do this yourself. Although it is an easy process, as you can see. Just make sure that you read the manual and you follow the steps there to ensure that your tachometer is working properly.